Remember when taking in a sporting match was a form of escapism? You know, how embracing fun and games was a welcome diversion from the real world and all its inherent madness. But alas, the madness has now spread to the sporting world because the social justice warrior set, to paraphrase the motto of Chicken Man, well, they're everywhere, including down at the rink and over on the gridiron. My first case in point, do you know that the Winnipeg Whiteout is racist? Yeah, the Winnipeg Whiteout is not a snowstorm, folks. It's just a really cool visual form of support that Jets fans do in the playoffs, namely wearing white. The visual effect is amazing and it's been done for decades without issue. But this being 2019, along comes some weirdo representing a black organization who sees this form of fandom as racist. No, really. According to a CBC report, Alexa Potashnik is the founder of something called Black Space Winnipeg. Black Space Winnipeg is self-described as a non-profit organization that lobbies for safe spaces for Winnipeg's black community. Oh, you didn't know that even this far north of the Mason-Dixon line, the KKK is thriving in Manitoba, a province that surely one day will be renamed Person-toba. Indeed, here's what Alexa posted on Facebook the other day, quote, "Have a look at these photos from past Jets pandemonium/fan appreciation. The four men wearing all-white Jets outfits with pointed hoodies. Remind you of anything?" End quote. Yeah, Alexa, it does remind me of something, that something being past Jets pandemonium fan appreciation events. But nevertheless, this Mensa Club member continues, quote, "It's triggering for some people. For marginalized communities, whether that's black communities, indigenous people of color, folks with disabilities, queer communities, it impacts us all," end quote. Ooh, you know, I think I can now safely say that if you're a half black, half indigenous, homosexual in a wheelchair, you definitely do not want to be in the city of Winnipeg during playoff time. Oh, by the way, do we have any proof regarding all this marginalization due to white fabric? Oh, come on. Do you seriously expect a CBC journalist to ask, where's the beef? So the anecdotes of a race-baiting crank are reported as fact because, well, this weirdo narrative perfectly dovetails with the CBC narrative, so no need to fact check here. And you know what's perversely ironic? If the Winnipeg Jets' primary color was black and the fans staged a blackout by wearing ebony-hued togs, how soon would Alexa be crying cultural appropriation? You know, you just can't win when you go up against the warped logic process of Team SJW. Meanwhile, in Montreal, it was just announced that McGill University sports teams will no longer be referred to as the Redmen. This is due to an apparent outcry, not from natives down on the res, mind you, but native spokesthingies and their white liberal virtue signaling allies. Redmen is supposedly shockingly offensive. But again, I point to that 2016 Washington Post survey indicating that more than 90% of American Indians, yes, 90%, have no issue whatsoever with the name and logo of the Washington Redskins. But what do they know, eh? White liberals would say in so many fancy words that those natives are just too stupid to realize they're being mocked. Oh, and get this. Do you know what McGill's teams will be known as when the 2019-2020 season kicks off? The McGill teams will be known as the, wait for it, the McGill Teams. No, that's not a typo, folks. The McGill Teams next season will be known as the McGill Teams. So if you play for a McGill team and someone says, "Hey, what McGill team do you play for?" you just say, "Yeah, that's right." Does this remind you of the Who's on First comedy routine? Anyway, when the politically correct mavens at McGill get around to finally coming up with an all-inclusive, non-offensive PC nickname, I think I have a solution, although it involves modifying the name of the institution for added alliteration. So how does this grab you, assuming permission can be obtained from Hanna-Barbera? The McGilla Gorillas. Then again, will the McGilla Gorillas perhaps prove offensive to the primate community? I'll put in a call to PETA to double check. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, the Rebel has a new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.